All right, man. Peace. All right, man. Peace. This is a quick segment pertaining to DaBabby and his statement on which he made about the LGBT community. I think it's really stupid how they're making this guy apologize, and also I think it's very stupid of him too to kind of cave into their nonsense, and it's kind of pathetic, and he's just making himself look bad overall. Like I said, like whatever he said, he should have just stuck on his words and just tell them like, you know what, fuck off. I don't need your money. Y'all can cancel me all y'all want. That's all it really takes. But now he going on this whole entire crusade trying to apologize for some shit he really doesn't mean. Which is very saddening because the more you give these narcissistic people more power, the more you're just making yourself look even more stupid. He shouldn't have done that. He should have just came out and just said, "Hey, it is what it is. I said what I said. I'm standing on my words." Like Kevin Hart did, pretending to his whatever show he was trying to host, and they pull out a tweet he talked about years ago, pretending to that community, and they wanted him to apologize, or else he could not host whatever it is that he was trying to host. I forgot, but if you remember, please drop it in the comment section. But this is, like I said, this is very stupid of DaBabby. First of all, he should have literally stand on his words, which is kind of really would define his character a lot more. But when you're a celebrity who's trying to pander to a lot more people that you shouldn't really, like, he's going out of his fan base. DaBabby fan base is not the LGBT community at all. So I don't know why what it is that he's doing and why he's pandering to them. Dude, they're not your fan. They are not your fans. Most of your fan base are heterosexual people, straight people. But now they're trying to cancel this dude because you give them power. You cannot give the LGBTQ community any power at all. Because if you do give them power, without a doubt, they're going to abuse it. And I just felt like that was very stupid of him to kind of apologize to them. Because now all they're going to do is just make him do a lot more shit that he's uncomfortable doing. Like, you don't really got to take everybody money. You don't got to do every single show. Just stick to your core values and stick to your fan who will rock with you the most. And when you really do a little more, investigation on this, when you look at the people who are commenting pertaining to his situation, were all heterosexual people who actually literally, genuinely fuck with him. But he's pandering to a community that isn't his fan base. Like the LGBT community do not have no power unless you give them power. DaBabby should have just been a little man about his situation and, like I said, and say fuck it. If y'all want to cancel me, it is what it is. But if you keep dropping more hot music, guess what? Everybody's gonna overlook that shit. Look at Lil Nas X, for example. A lot of people was trying to cancel. A lot of people was like, shitting on him. But guess what? He kept dropping music, some good music. And you want to know what? No one's really harassing him at all. Even if they are harassing him, people are still listening to his music. And yeah, that was very stupid of DaBabby. Like I said, this is a little quick segment, but whatever he said, like he should have I just feel like that was a little testimony to his strength and what he stand on. And I can tell you for that, he is a weak individual now. He will be looked at as a weak individual. Now you got all these news media talking about he's flirting with a trend. Now he's wearing hats. Now he's talking all this nonsense, which you're just, like you're putting yourself in a situation where you're not yourself anymore. And that's tough for him. He's digging himself. He's digging a deep. He's digging himself into some shit that he shouldn't really be digging himself into. Like I said, that was very stupid of him. He should have just said fuck it. It is what it is. If y'all don't like me, I'm gonna stick with my words. But the thing about it too is like I said, he was just hyping up the crowd. A lot more DJ, they do that shit. A lot of people say a lot of foul shit in crowds. If you ever been to concerts or if you ever been to like some musical event, people say a lot of shit. But the baby is being dragged through the mud, which what he really said wasn't really all that serious at all. But the media took it and ran with it and played off the emotions of a lot of sensitive people out there. And you know, the LGBT community, like, they don't like to be ignored for some odd reason. Nobody wasn't really giving a fuck about them. And the month is over, so now they got to figure out somebody who's a sacrificial lamb to keep their name, you know, in the air and shit. And they just picked this guy who obviously, you know, doesn't think before he speak. Like I said, I have no problem with whatever he said. I don't see it as a big deal. And it really shouldn't be a big deal, but I just think it's very stupid of him to give a bunch of stupid people power over him to dictate his career and, you know, how he move and how he makes his money, you know? Like I said, if I was him right now, I'd be like, you know what, fuck it. It is what it is. If you don't like me, that's okay. But then again, that's the industry. It's a whole bunch of, you know, in the cut gay people all around him, or basically straight to his face. Because on that side, in the industry like that, you know, he come across a lot more people like that. But like I said, it's not something he should be canceled for. But like, first of all, nobody can cancel you besides yourself. DaBabby, you need to man up and stop apologizing to these mentally ill people, man. I'm not saying I hate gay people, or the LGBT community. I'm just saying they shouldn't be oppressing people like this. You know, because they got the biggest mouth to say the biggest shit ever. But then when you say a little something about them, they get offended. Like, for example, look at RuPaul. RuPaul, all those drag people, they be talking a whole bunch of shit. But you can't say nothing about them. They talk about they getting bullied, they getting killed, they getting ridiculed, they getting not being accepted. But look at what they're doing to somebody who can't even speak his truth, who can't even live in his truth. You try to silence them. But when somebody else, you know, say something about y'all or don't want to deal with y'all, want y'all to take your little shit somewhere else, nah, it's discrimination. Y'all discriminating against this dude. And on top of that, that's his fucking fault too, you know? That's his fault. Because that's very stupid of him to sit there and give a bunch of people power over him, you know? Like, you're DaBabby, dude. It is what it is. He can make your money a whole different way. There's a whole bunch of people across the world that fucks with you. You got a small majority. You got a community only in America that rarely nobody gives a fuck about, but they're always screaming and shit in somebody's face. You're giving them power. Gay people don't go to your fucking concert. It's straight people. But like I say, he's not the brightest, you know, but he is quite talented. But to me, I just think all his flow is like, all his music sound the same. But, you know, there's people out there that likes him. It is what it is. But like I said, he should have stand on his word. And there's an advice to a whole bunch of musicians out there or a whole bunch of celebrities. Like, don't let nobody bully you and corner you into some shit to fuck up your career and have you apologize and go on a whole entire, you know, tour of apologizing, you know, fake stage, like faking all this shit in the media, making it look like you get along with a group of people you don't get along with. If you say something, it is what it is. Own up to it, you know, because the more you apologize, and now you give them the ability to figure out how to, you know, how to control you. You know, you got a group of people who have no control over their desires, who have no control over their sexuality, trying to control this man, you know, or whatever it is they like sexually. They can't really control that shit. Poor DaBabby. Then again, that's his fault, man. Like I was talking about, industry people, without a doubt, if you say something, stand on your words, man, because that's all you got. Or else you're gonna end up like this dude. I recommend that he should have not apologized. He should have said, "Hey, it is what it is. Why am I apologizing for it? I ain't doing nothing wrong to you. If you got a problem, say what you gotta say. Do what you gotta do." But he's giving this way too much attention than he should, and he listening to a bunch of the people around him. Like, you know, stop listening to the people around you because they're making you look stupid. It's the same with Mr. LeBron James and all his handlers around him too. You know, having give putting batter in his back to speak on shit that he shouldn't have been speaking on. Which when he come out, he looks stupid doing it. You know, DaBabby should just stick to what he does best, and that's his career. And this apologizing thing, you just giving this idiots more power over you, man. Like I said, just say fuck it. It is what it is. You know, peace.